Hey everyone, it's Dr. K. So one of the common questions we get asked about is, how does dry needling actually help? So dry needling improves a lot of different conditions in different ways. Dry needling can be beneficial to modulate pain, but it can also help with conditions that are restricting movement or affecting strength or coordination or function in the gym. So dry needling can be beneficial for acute injuries. Think of something like a hamstring strain while you went for your run this morning. But it can also be beneficial for any chronic or nagging injuries that haven't responded to other interventions. Think of knee arthritis or old knee surgeries. Now, dry needling can also be part of a dedicated recovery plan to help you prevent the small things from becoming a bigger thing. So if we think about the model of all the different layers of tissue that are, including the fascia, we have to account for, the epidermis, the hypodermis, 2 layers of superficial fascia, deep fascia, and muscle. And so all these layers are interacting with each other during coordinated movement. And so, they're sliding and gliding amongst each other, but they're also rotating in 3D space. And so in order for us to have good functional movement patterns, we need good options. And so if there's a kink in one part of the chain, it's going to start to affect everything else upstream and downstream. And the body's an amazing thing. It'll help figure out ways to work around the kinks or the problems, but it'll only do it for so long before it starts to create wear and tear. And so with other tools and techniques, we can address the kinks, so to speak, but the idea is we're trying to create a work environment that's better for the slide and glide and rotation that's taking place. Now, if I'm using a foam roller, I might have a surface area like that that's trying to influence, to a degree, some of that tissue. If I use my elbow, it might be like that. If I use the percussive tool, the head might be like that. If I use my thumb, the surface area might be even smaller. But if I use a dry needle, I can influence directly at the site where I want to target. And so, where the needle inserts, I'm influencing not only, around the needle on both sides of it, but also in 3D space around the needle and underneath the end point of the needle at depth. So when the needle is inserted into the tissue, like a densification or a kink in the fascia, there's an immediate reaction in the chemicals that make up that dysfunction. And so there's also a release of endogenous opioids, which are basically the pain relievers the body creates. And so by utilizing dry needling, we can modulate pain without relying on medication, and that can help us improve our ranges of motion, which allows us to train better under our dedicated mobility plan. And so we can improve things like muscle strength and function when we're doing things like exercising or living our good lives with our friends and family. So we can also, shorten the recovery time between strenuous bouts of exercise if it's part of dedicated recovery plan, or you could use it to address chronic pain issues. So I hope this information was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Stay strong, inspire others.